So thanks for joining me for my first ever live book signing. That just sounds funny even to say that. It's like live. I'm really doing this in real time. I'm taking a book, I'm going to open it, and I'm going to sign it right before your very eyes. You're going to be amazed and mesmerized. And I'm signing these because you are, hopefully, some of you that are watching have already bought one of these books, which I should tell you what book this is, in case you're wondering, but you probably already know since you're here and found us here. But this book is called Between Heaven and the Real World, My Story. And it is my story. It is my autobiography or memoirs, me remembering the journey that I've been on, an amazing journey, a great adventure, if you will, that it has been. And very, very excited to get to share this with you. It's coming out in 1 week from today, right? I think that's right. Yes, March 7th. It will be officially available, but it's officially available now. It's just, you won't get it for a few days. But by watching this and being a part of this and purchasing the book, pre-ordering it, you will get one of these very special limited edition plate. What do we call it? Signature, what do we call the plate? Book plate, sorry. I knew it was a plate of some kind, but not a plate that you eat on, although I guess you could put a little snack right there. But the idea is you sign it, and or I sign it. Well, you can sign it too. You can sign, this book belongs to, hello, my name is, thank you, Matthew West, coming soon to a book near you, Matthew West, hello, my name is, but that's not this book, okay? That book's coming, so buy this book first. And actually buy this book instead. I mean, his is great, but you can buy his like later. You know, spend your money now, because Matthew's my friend, or he was my friend before I just did this. But so you got this little plate that I'm going to sign just like this. I'm going to put my name on this. This is what you're watching right now, people. Is don't try this at home. This is called a live book signing right here. That's happening right before your very eyes. There you go. So that's what I'm doing with all of these books that are around me. But while I'm doing it, I'm going to get to bring some very special people onto this set, this lovely set that we have here. That's at my house-ish. It's kind of a little bit behind our house. This is we call it a barn. And so we're set up here because I wanted to have some friends, well, family actually, for the most part here with me tonight. So that's going to be very cool. I'm going to answer some questions for some of you. But one of the things about tonight that's very special and unique is that some people heard about this going on and knew that we weren't just, or they knew I was going to be signing books, and they had specifically requested their own personal copy of my book. And these are some people that I know. And so they said, can we come and get our book from you tonight? And so will you please welcome to my live book signing, Verity and Della and Eiley, Eliza. These are, come here, Verity, come here, Bear. Here. Come here. Come to Pop-Pops. These, what do you guys call me? Can you tell everybody what my name is? Pop-Pops. Yes. So can you guess? Do you see a resemblance at all? You guys see? Yeah. So these are my 3 granddaughters, and they personally, did you want one of Pop-Pop's books? Did you ask for one? Yeah. Did you want one? Verity, do you want one of Pop-Pop's books? Do you want one? Okay. You pick out. Yes, you may have one. Will you pick out which one you want? Because they're all very different. And you want to pick just the right one. Because they're, okay. Oh, we're circling around. You like that one? Okay, perfect. All right. What did you think, Della? Oh, look at that face. You are working this. I love it. Let's see. Which one do you think you like? You like that one? Is that good? Is that a good one? Oh, you know what? Let me see that one. Pop-Pops may have already signed that one, but I can put your name. You want one too, Verity? Okay, all right. Look, Pop-Pop signed that one, but I didn't put your name in. You want me to put your name in that one? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. I'm going to put Della to Della. I love you. Pop-Pops. Okay, oh boy, yes, the iPad, this may be. Okay, Mom comes in because she knows this is Emily, mother to these beautiful young ladies, and yes, and the Sharpie. The wheels are off completely here, people. This is gonna get crazy. Okay, this is Deli Beans. There you go, Deli Bean. And Emily, actually, this is one of my favorite pictures. You see this? This is Happy Birthday, Emily. This is a story in the book about the year that you turned, I think about maybe 10 or 11. Yeah. And we were at the Grammy Awards, and we were missing Emily's birthday. So when I received my first Grammy Award, it was the first one, right? I think it was. Right before I ran up on stage, my wife, Mary Beth, said, you need to write a note and hold it up when they take your picture, and it will say, Happy Birthday, Emily. She took her lipstick out, tore a page out of the program, right, and wrote it, and there it is. The picture is there, and the story. Okay, I got to finish signing this really quick. What? Is it coming off? Okay, hang on. We'll get it. Here's Eiley. Yeah, Eiley. You are welcome, sweetheart.
Papa, can I have a white D?
What? Am I scribbling? Am I scrabbling? Okay. Eiley. There you go. There is Eiley's. You're welcome. Give me a kiss. Give me a hug. Give me a hug, kiss. All right. Love you. Go home and go and be very good for your mother. And here comes Grammy. And here comes Verity. All right. Yeah. Are we having fun? I hope y'all are having not even half as much fun as we are. But okay. There's Della's to Della. There it is. Okay.
Pop-Pop's big kiss.
I love you very, very much. And Mom can read that to you tonight. Say, Mom, I want the whole book before I go to bed. The whole book from cover to cover. I love you. All right. Thank you for coming over. Thank you.
I'll get mine
All right. Okay. We'll get Emily's later. You can hold it. Okay. And Verity has hers. All right. Bye, guys. Love you. See you later. Okay. See, you just never know what's going to happen here at a live book signing. Okay. What I'm thinking is I probably need to sign some of these, right? So I'm going to sign some, but what I'm going to do, I have my little iPad. I wonder if it's still working here, because once Verity gets a hold of it, things seldom work. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same as it was. Oh, there it is. I think we're there. Let me answer one question from Aaron in Warrenville, Illinois, that says, what surprised you the most about putting pen to the paper or fingers to the keyboard? She didn't say that, but that's kind of what happened. And telling your story through the medium of a memoir rather than song lyrics. What did you discover in the process? That is a great question, Aaron, because one of the things about this book that I will kind of let you in on, I don't want to give too many spoilers about what's in these pages. But one of the things, I knew this about myself, but I think by retracing my steps, I learned it at a even much kind of deeper level. And I get to go into great detail, which is one of the things that was vastly different about writing this book, and very exciting for me and rewarding, because most of the time I'm doing these quick sound bites and these interviews. Even if it's a full interview, it's 20 or 30 minutes maybe. And in between songs and concerts, I have, 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, or well, sometimes 30 minutes because I go really long, but and I get in trouble for it. But I try to keep it tight. And so I never really get to go into a lot of the detail of just where the songs came from and where what the journey has been like. And so finally I had the chance to do that. And one of the things that I think I discovered in even greater depth about myself is that I was born to be a fixer and to kind of fix everything that's broken in the world. And I explain a lot about that. If you read the book, you'll understand more about what that means and how deep that goes. But I think as I began to tell the story of my life, I began to really realize that so many of the places that I have had the most profound experiences of God in my life and showing up in really tangible, profound, life-changing ways, all have come as a result of brokenness and unfixable things that I would have scripted very differently. I would have fixed it if I could, certainly in my marriage, and so many places, going into death row prison cells with Chuck Colson, and getting a chance to be there with men and women who their story in their life is very broken and very unfixable, but experiencing there and even writing songs about it like Free and Remember Your Chains, that came from these unbelievable experiences of what the grace of God can do and how much it can transform a life. And I mean, throughout my story, I'll talk a little bit later about adoption and our journey into that incredible reality, in many ways, broken stories of these lives, and yet those places are where the beauty of the love of God and the hope of the gospel have just kind of come alive for me. And so that's one of the things that I think I didn't expect when I started this journey, to recognize that in retracing my steps at these places that were unfixable, that I would have tried and was frustrated about not being able to make it right. Those were the places where I experienced some of the most profound things that inspired me to write this book and write the songs that I've written over the years. So anyway, going back to the beginning, which is what, again, was so fun about this book for me, going to the very beginning of my life and my story, and getting to tell about my mom and my dad, and getting to tell some stories on one of the coolest guys on the planet, one of the guys who inspired me as much as anybody, probably a handful of, 2 or 3 guys that really influenced my life, especially early on. Not always for good, mostly for good, but my singing hero and all of that is my brother, my older brother, Herbert Sheldon Chapman Jr. He is here, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't even kidding. Will you make him welcome? Herbert Sheldon Chapman, give it up.
Well, Bow.
Brother.
Man.
It's good to see you. Yes.
Such
Yeah. Was that a good
wonderful
intro?
That was.
When that
was
brought
awesome.
a tear,
That was-
you
yeah,
got it's a one
I
little
do. I
tear.
have one. That's
Just,
allergy.
Yeah, is that what it's allergy? So my brother. Now we practice this not. So this is the first time we're winging it. So when he's talking to me. We just talk to each other. But I guess, would he be looking at the same camera that I am looking at? Because we don't want him looking. We're looking at the middle. So your
Okay.
camera is the middle camera.
Okay.
My camera is that camera.
Right.
And then there's another one in there. Just don't even look at that one.
I
That's
won't.
not
Well,
even
this
there.
side, my
Just-
lazy eye will go over to the right one.
So my brother, my elder brother, he finds his way into a lot of the pages of this book. A lot of good and some pretty traumatic experiences that he kind of brought into my life, or that we shared together. And what I thought, because I do have to sign some of these, so I'm looking here because I made some. Okay, when I was a kid, I was loved bikes. I mean, we rode bicycles growing up on Holt Road, Paducah, Kentucky, and bicycles were our mode of transportation. We lived on them, and so. But it wasn't enough to just ride the bikes. We had to get creative, as boys would. And so I loved, with my buddy Tom Lindsay, to build jumping ramps. And, you get a good running start. And these were before you had the cool BMX bikes. These were just like, the plain old Schwinn bikes.
The
So they
banana
weren't-
seat, the long banana seat,
Right.
and the sissy bar.
Yeah,
Well,
and
we
they-
didn't even have a sissy bar on ours.
No. We just,
Whatever those.
we were
that sounds-
sissies. I don't even know what those
Good,
were.
does it? Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have tires on ours either. We just the rims. No, we had tires, but it was pretty humble. But we fixed them and put them together over and over because we would crash and burn, and so we would build these ramps. And my buddy Tom and I were jumping one day, and Herb came out, and Herb was more of a bike rider, not a ramp jumper, but he wanted to try it because it looked like fun. And so Herb said, "Hey, let me try that." And you know, he's an older brother, actually more athletic than me when we were kids, and played baseball, and I tried, and we played church basketball together, and he played, and I sat the bench a lot, and so he was athletic, so I thought, he's got this. But well, can you pick up the story there,
Sure,
my brother, and tell what you remember, and I'm gonna sign a book
recall,
or two.
While he's signing this, I was the baseball fanatic in the family, and we would, and you'll read and see some pictures in the book. Stephen and I have our uniforms on, and my uncle takes us to see the St. Louis Cardinals play.
Yep.
And so I was out, going back to the story with the bike ramp. Stephen was, and I guess Tom Lindsay, our neighbor, was notorious for making, he had the best motorcycle noises in the world.
He did, yeah.
I don't know, slobber would go everywhere, and the chain would fall off, and he'd still be
man.
and peeling out, and you know, you could hear the gravel slinging everywhere. But Tom would be, Stephen and Tom were going to build these Evel Knievel ramps, and they were going to jump into the Wild Blue yonder and land gracefully on their rear tire and do it again and again and again. And I'm in the front yard. We have about an acre big field out in the front of our house, and I'm out there just because I'm the nut about baseball. I'm throwing the ball up in the air and hitting it, you know, shagging flies out as far as I can hit them, and then go get the ball, retrieve the ball, because he's on the bicycle. He's not playing ball with me. He's not throwing the ball back to me. So I'm out there by myself trying to see how far I can hit the baseball, and I hear them all over and jumping ramps, woohoo, and having fun. And I'm thinking, why don't they come over here, play ball with me? But anyway, I hear Stephen come rolling around the gravel drive, and Herbie, you got to try this ramp. It's great.
So it was my idea. You're gonna blame it on me?
No, it was your idea,
No,
because
you
I
came
didn't
and
have.
said,
I
I
was
want to
playing
try
the.
it.
Well, I don't recall that. It doesn't. I don't remember that part. But it's. I just know he was all about setting the ramp up just right for me. Now wait, I'm going to go get this ramp positioned, and so I didn't go because it was on a curve around our driveway, and I didn't even go look at the positioning on the ramp because I knew it was a cinder block. It was a 2x10 or something. It's a pretty wide plank, and he had it set up around this curve. So I knew when I came around that curve, I would be just smoking those tires, and the more speed I had, I knew the better I'd be on that ramp.
You had great speed. The problem was that I didn't instruct him on the finer nuances of ramp jumping, because when you go off the ramp, you're supposed to pull the front of the bike.
You knew I couldn't pull. You knew I didn't, and never had that finesse.
It was the timing.
No, because I'm afraid if I pull up on the bars, either you've loosened the nut on the front handlebar and they fly out, and the handlebars go, and I'm doing this. Why aren't the handlebars attached to the front?
That was you.
But I knew you either did that or you were going to do something to make it, just a little bit tricky. Because you knew I couldn't pull the wheelie. I was afraid I would fall backwards. So I was afraid to pull that wheelie and make that front tire come up like Evil would when he's jumping the Grand Canyon, whatever. It's a long story, very long story, extremely long story.
Longer. Long. Here's what happened. Okay,
okay.
I'm gonna give you a visual. Okay, here you hold this. This is the drive. Here's the ramp. So here comes Herb, just tearing out Tom Lindsay noises. And he goes up the ramp, and the idea is you pull,
Yeah, but you had it on a little hill. It was on a hill.
It was perfect.
So the hill makes my trajectory all wrong.
And he comes up, and he doesn't pull the wheel up, and so he
I
hits
see
perfectly
the
on the
ground.
front tire. He falls. No. And he falls on
Pogo
the
stick that
ground.
front.
Falls
Oh,
on
that's
the ground.
right. I fell off.
Off the bike, over the handlebars, and the bike lands like a basketball, hits perfectly on the front tire, and bounces. I'm not kidding. I mean, because I'm watching. You don't know this because you're laying on the ground.
Dislocated shoulder
and the bike comes up like 6 feet off the ground. Perfect, just boing, bounces up. And then I'm watching this, and Herbie's on the ground, kind of staggering
See if
around,
my
putting on a
neck's
good
broken.
show. And he starts to stand up, and right when he does, the bike, just full force, comes down, crunch, right on his shoulder. He goes down in a heap. He's screaming, he's crying, he's rolling around. He was and is a great actor. He worked. It was with the Young Americans.
It was
he
no
toured.
act. That was pain.
He worked at Opryland with me. He was one of the best performers I ever had. He's a great actor. And so he starts just writhing in pain. And I'm thinking, this is an act. He's not hurt that bad. And I'm thinking, I'm dead because I'm not supposed to set up ramps and do this. Because my dad had called us once before and said, don't do that because you're going to get hurt.
My shoulder looked like this.
No.
That's exactly what it looked like, because I called my friend Margaret. She's the one that helped me get through accounting class. I said, Margaret, Mom and Dad aren't here. Stephen and Tom are out in the yard, and does this sound normal to you? Of course, we didn't have cell phones and Instagrams and all that, but I said,
like,
does it sound
you're
normal when
good.
your shoulder's
You're okay.
sticking up
You're
above
okay.
your right ear? She said, no, you've done something to your shoulder.
You're okay.
To your collarbone.
It's all good. It's all good. Herbie, you're not hurt. Here, take some aspirin. Anyway, we get him in the house. He's screaming, I'm dying. And Mom comes home, and it's not good. The night did not end up well for me, nor for Herbie, because he had a dislocated shoulder, and I had a sore backside. So neither of us made it out very well on that deal. Lots of those kind of stories inside this book, the shenanigans of the Chapman brothers. So we started singing together, and we started, okay, I was looking at my time to see, we get to telling stories and it goes on.
Oh, my.
But this is our first installment. So we'll be back next week with the Chapman Brothers, story time with the Chapman Brothers. We had story time with Stevie. Maybe we need to do story time with the Chapman Brothers. We grew up in a very musical family. So we played music, jumped bike ramps, played baseball. But music was a big part of our life and our story. Dad is my other hero vocalist on the planet. The two, of course, I would be in the family with two of the greatest singers, in my opinion, in the world. And as a result, and again, I talk a lot about it in the book, I was very not confident about my voice because I wasn't the singer. I was the guitar player. That's why I always had one of these about this far away from me when I was a kid. And because
you stood very still.
Yeah,
I
did. Yeah.
Like something was going to happen any minute.
And Herbie was the singer, and so we began to sing as a family together after we really began our faith journey and really gave our hearts to Jesus and began we grew up in church. Well, my brother Herbie and I went to church, and I talk a lot about how Mom would take us to church because that's what you did in the buckle of the Bible Belt in the South, where we grew up, but wasn't really anything beyond that, going to church on Sunday until I was about 7 years old and Herb was about 9. And a revival through our little church, Olivet Baptist Church, just kind of swept through our family, and just God really transformed our family in an amazing way. And that was such a gift to both of us, because instead of growing up in just kind of a handed down religious environment, we were in a really vital, watching our parents kind of change before our eyes. It wasn't all perfect by any means, but it was, we would end up on our knees together as a family praying instead of, the fussing and fighting that would kind of divide. And Dad praying for, God to help him be a father, because he didn't have an example of a father in his life. And anyway, one of the things that was really, began to bring us together as a family was singing together. And there's a great picture. I probably can't find. Oh, there it is. I opened right to it. This is a, you won't really be able to see it, but this is a teaser. It's what we call a teaser. It makes you want to buy the book so you can see this picture better. This is me and my mom and my dad and my brother singing together. One of our rare Chapman family appearances outside of church. We sing in church together a lot. But so out of that, Herbie and I began to sing together as the duo known worldwide as the Chapman Brothers. Well, Paducah-wide anyway. And we sang, we were always being asked, like the
4-H, Lions Club,
and, the Women's Hospital,
Farm Bureau,
Farm Bureau
Contest
talent
was
show.
our big break.
That's right. That was our big break. That's really when we kind of, came onto the scene in a big way. Was the Farm Bureau talent show.
Yeah.
And but the first time we performed together ever was at Concord Elementary School in Paducah, where we were both. I was in first grade, and Herbie was, I guess you'd have been in third, something like that. And we performed a song that we have not ever performed since then. And so I thought, for just this very special occasion, just for you, the Chapman Brothers would reunite and sing for you the first song. I was sick. I tell the story in the book about I had gotten the stomach virus and I was very sick, and I was throwing up, and we couldn't go on stage. And it was our turn in the lineup, and we heard them through the door. I could hear them say, "We're really sorry, the Chapman Brothers are not going to be able to perform because Steve is sick." And I heard thousands, tens of thousands of our fans all sigh together, and it was probably 100 people, but it was like, no. And so, as we like to say in show business, I puked and rallied. I threw up and I was like, I got 5 good minutes before I go again. Tell them we're on. And so we ran out on stage, and we'll just sing the chorus of this. So get your hankies out, ladies, because this one is going to make you cry. Sing it, Herb.
Go away, little girl. Go away, little girl. I'm not supposed to be in love with you. And when you're near me like this, you're much too hard to resist. So go away, little girl, before I beg you to stay.
See, there you go. So that's how it all began. Thank you, Donnie Osmond, for that tender number that we rendered. And so from there, we were bit, by the bug.
Yep.
We heard the applause, and we're like, hey, we got to do that again and again. So our mom entered us in the Farm Bureau talent show, where we sang.
I believe in music was
I think
our
that was it.
signature, but was that?
So
when we
I
did
think
that?
I think that would have been. So let's give them a little bit of that, bro. Sing it.
I could just sit around making music all day long. As long as I'm making music, I can't do nobody wrong. And who knows, maybe someday I'll come up with a song that makes people want to stop their fussing and fighting long enough to sing along. I believe in music. It's my tambourine. I believe in love.
You go down on this part, remember that?
I believe in music. Oh, I believe in love.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, won us $10 in first place.
Yes.
Yes, did it not? In
It
the
did.
Farm
It did
Bureau.
not. It did.
No, it did. And we actually got to go on to the next. We progressed to
the next
county level.
Yeah.
Where we proceeded to dominate. I'm sorry, we just got to tell the truth. We're here to tell the truth. We did win there, and we'll do. I think we did this one actually. Let's do this. One more. Just, are you guys liking this? Is that all right? Because we're having fun. All right, go.
Did you see your brother standing by the road?
with a heavy load from the seeds he sowed. And if you see a sister falling by the way, you just stop and say, you're going the wrong way. You've got to try a little kindness, yes, show a little kindness, and shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, then you'll overlook the blindness on the narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded street. Woo-hoo! And that, ladies and gentlemen, took us all the way to state, Louisville, Kentucky, where we got beat by the three guys sing. They totally
became the
cheated.
three tenors.
They totally, no, they cheated because they sang. Remember? Do you remember? They
no,
sang,
I do not remember that. You remember all this.
They
this
didn't
is
cheat,
all
actually. I'm sorry, guys, if you're watching. You didn't cheat.
The three
but you
tenors
sang,
went on to
but you
great
sang
things.
a patriotic song. You can't compete
Not
with that.
fair.
It's like
We-
you did patriotic. We're over here singing Glenn Campbell, the classics.
Yeah,
but you guys pulled out America the Beautiful. Of course,
What's that
They
about?
have to give it to you because, I mean, you can't deny
Nobody
that. You can't deny that. It was just
no one expected it either. Everybody was just there. We were.
Oh
we
my
were
goodness. Okay,
wiped out.
so we're
them.
we're having way too much fun. I hope you guys are having half as much fun as we are because this is amazing. So fun. Thank you, bro, for doing this. Thank you for
fun.
teaching me. Don't go anywhere yet because I'm before I let you go. Thank you for teaching me much about music and life. And that's not on this page. I'm just speaking from my heart, but I'm looking at my notes. So sorry. I'll put that down. I'm trying to have a tender moment, bro. Come on, give it to me.
I'm all right.
Give it to me.
It's yours.
Anyway,
On a platter. It's tender.
no, yes, it's tender. A tender
tenderloin,
moment. And my daughter, Shohanna, just walked in. Hi, Shoey. Hey, Shoey. But you want to? Can you come say hi? You guys want to meet Shoey? This is my daughter, Shoey. Come just for a second. You don't have to say hey. Hey, this is a good advertisement moment too. Shoey sporting,
Colony House.
Colony
Wow.
House, ladies and gentlemen, the most fabulous rock and roll band on the planet, on tour right now. Did you just get home from where?
Church ball.
Church. Did you win?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet, baby.
Taking after my dad, church league legend.
You see there? Yes, that's right.
we
Church
go.
league legend. That is true. And I taught her nothing about basketball, which is why she actually plays, and I sat the bench all the time. But so you guys won, so you play again.
Yeah, we play Saturday.
Cool. All right. ESPN will be there, so watch for it.
I mean-
Church league basketball. It's awesome. And you took the ACT today,
I did.
and it was good.
Yes, I
You
thought
felt
it
good?
was. I felt pretty good about it. So
Sweet.
that is really good.
That's very good. Yes, because you've been working hard at that. And Shoei is now considering colleges. She's looking. So if you're looking for the most brilliant student on the planet, and you're a very great college, you might want to consider Shohanna Hope Chapman, please.
Thanks, Dad.
Yes, and large scholarships is what we're looking for. Just kidding. Did I say that out loud? Thank you for coming to say hi. I love you. All right. Are
Love
you
you.
heading back up to the house?
Yeah, I have to do the PowerPoint slides for chapel.
Oh, worship. Okay. She's also a tech wizard. She does the PowerPoint for her worship team at school at Christ Presbyterian Academy. Whoop, whoop. A little shout out to the Lions there. Love ya. Love all of you. Love you. Show. Bye, sweetie. Herbert, you're gone. Did you leave me? Here, come back for 1 second, and then I'm going to tell one more story. When can we expect a tour with you and Colony House? Speaking of Colony House.
Yeah, when is that?
Patrick from San Diego, California wants to know. That's not Pat Dodd, is it? Could be. You know what? Here's the deal. My boys toured with me for about 5 years, and it was 5 of the best years of my touring life. There are some amazing pictures of me and the boys playing music together in the jungles of Ecuador and in Africa together. And then they toured with me for 5 years. And I knew that they were going to figure out that I wasn't cool enough to be in their band eventually, and they did. And I sort of got fired, kicked to the curb They got a new lead singer, Caleb, and changed the name from Caleb, the band Caleb, to Colony House. And they're unbelievable. They're incredible musicians. And I would love to go on tour with them, someday. But I think I would have to go on tour as a roadie or a guitar tech, probably. Although I did, we were at home one night and they were working on their new album, Only the Lonely. And they came to the house. Will Franklin came in the house. My son Will, amazing drummer, world-class drummers, played on several of my records. And he said, "Dad, come over to the studio and shred a solo on our song 320." And I said, "Okay, I can come play a solo, but I don't think I can shred."
You can shred.
Shred doesn't usually come out of these fingers. But that's what he said. So I went over and I proceeded to shred a solo. I apparently shredded because they didn't edit it out of the record. It made it. So if you listen to 320 on the Colony House record, that shredding solo there is this guy right here.
D Van Halen,
Yep,
yeah.
there you go. Living between heaven and the real world, shredding between heaven and the real world. So that's one of my many cool Colony House stories. But so proceeding on a little bit into the journey of the story, I went to Anderson. We first went to Georgetown College in Kentucky. Herb and I together, still singing together, playing music. We got a job together at Opryland USA in Nashville, and from there went to college in Georgetown and stayed there for. You had already been there. You were there ahead of me, and you were working with the Young Americans. Yeah. And then we ended up going to. I met a guy, Danny Daniels, amazing friend, who in many ways was the guy who gave me my start, as you'd say, in music, by introducing me to his very good friend, a guy named Bill Gaither, which was an unbelievable opportunity for me as a songwriter to begin to befriend this guy, Bill Gaither. And we transferred to Anderson University, and one day my brother was sitting in Decker Hall, they called it, I think.
It was Decker, yeah.
And
the Commons area there.
and I'm not sure, but somehow there was a girl that I was sharing a mailbox with, because we had always shared a mailbox, but this time they put someone else in with me because there was alphabetically, it was always Herb and Steve, but Mary Beth Chapman came between Herb and Stephen Chapman, and so I was sharing a mailbox with this girl, Mary Beth Chapman, and she walked through Decker Hall, and somehow, actually, she remembers this story probably better than even my brother. So, can I introduce? Would you be kind enough? This lovely vision of beauty that caught my attention.
Excuse me.
Are we gonna let's reenact the.
So reenact what exactly happened, because.
Hello.
But this is my lovely bride, Mary Beth. Thank you, sweetheart. And so you walked. I don't even really know how you knew. How did it happen that he knew you were you? Because you said he was reading a paper or something. How did that story happen?
How do you remember it happening, Herb?
I think I was just being the Herbmeister, sitting in a, probably waiting for someone to yell grub or burger rind or
something.
Do you remember reading the newspaper?
I do remember. I read voraciously. Is that a word?
Okay.
Yeah, I read a lot of things. Funny papers.
Voracious. He had a paper. You used to tell the story.
It was such a difficult case that God had to put not one, but two Chapmans in my life. Actually, three, because I am a Chapman.
Because he loves you so much. God has.
It would have been
God
the sports
has
section too.
a
that
double
I was
blessing.
reading but I love to read sports. I'm sure I was reading a paper, the school paper or the.
But you
whatever,
said like he's got his paper and somehow.
Greg Croker probably already told you who it was.
Oh, maybe that was it.
But yeah,
You had your
there
paper
was.
like this. You were reading a paper like this, and you just put your paper down. And you went, "Hello, Herb Chapman. Nice to meet you." That's exactly what you did.
Herb Chapman, nice to meet you.
Herb Chapman, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I don't know why I would have been so proper and
Oh,
formal, but I'm sure I did it.
That
And
just-
probably to be silly just to start with. Because you were probably, you were the babe with the blue jeans. That's what I remember.
Yeah,
Stephen,
the
and
blue jean, the jean
Stephen and
jacket.
I like that.
Woo,
Can't be
working
Mary
it.
Beth. the
Working
one
that
never
rock
gets
and
your
roll
mail out of
jean
your-
jacket with
Yeah.
the buttons on it that like
And the hair. She had the hair. And
La. Let me show you. Let me just show you a picture. She had the hair. She still has
was
hair.
big hair. It was
She actually
everywhere.
still has hair,
Hair
for the time being. Hair.
Ignore him and make me pull it all out yet.
I'm trying. We're both working on her. I don't know if I'm gonna find.
Fluster me. That's my new word.
Yeah, if I can find the picture of the
Fluster
hair.
brothers.
There's one. Oh, we're almost there. Here, hang on. This is great. There's a great hair picture here. So Herb met Mary Beth first, and then you're not really going to be able to see, again, a teaser. You've got to get this book just for this hair picture, if nothing else. And the glasses. The hair and the glasses were epic.
Nothing
Just,
says atheist.
That's the
hair
picture
and
that-
there.
is that
I love
not amazing?
The sad
That
thing
is
it's a black and
so
white
good.
Because those glasses are
They're white,
red.
like
red.
Oh, they're red.
This
Yeah,
one is rosy.
and that's Emily.
Glasses.
That's so there we are, and me with my mullet and my excuse for a mustache. If you look really close with the microscope, you can see a little hair line there. But anyway, so they met first, and then
And
I
you would
met-
have none of it. You didn't like
I
the
met-
fact that I met her first. I think you were, what in the world?
Yeah,
Don't you move in on, don't move in on Mary Beth. She's,
yeah. That was Greg
Babe on
Croker I had to
campus.
worry about. Anyway.
oh, that's, oh, was he?
So,
Okay.
so Mary Beth and I met her by sort of stalking somewhat a little bit because I had lookouts around campus because I had seen you. No, I'm true. I only tell truth. I heard that she was. I had a lookout, Dave DiMattia. Remember that
I
name?
remember Dave,
Pulling that out of thin air, and I had set out some lookouts to say, if you see Mary Beth Chapman coming this way, let me know. Some smoke signals. We didn't have phones or anything back then.
You called me
And,
Tonto. Tonto be on the lookout for. I was Tonto in the Lone Rangers.
See, we're gonna be here all night. I got to finish this story.
Okay, go ahead. Sign it up.
So the phone at the end of the hall, because we had one phone on the dorm in the dungeon. We were in the dungeon,
That's right.
Dunn Hall basement, and the phone rang, and Dave DiMattia is like, Mary Beth Chapman alert, 12 o'clock, coming your way. She's gonna be there in about 5 minutes. So it was Sunday afternoon, and again, I'm kind of giving a lot of spoilers because this story, but you get a lot better detail in the book. I run out. We had been to church, and so I still had my dress socks and dress pants on, so I wasn't, all casual. And the reason
a shirt on too.
I had a shirt on too. The reason I tell that is because my dress socks, they were those polyester, real thin polyester
What are you
socks.
talking about?
Well, because they were
Static or something?
magnetic. They static, yeah. And so because they were they were like pantyhose socks or something, I don't know. But they were so magnetic and had so much static that they just drew leaves, like the leaves started going whoop, whoop. And so every step I took, every
Somebody brought the
every
bag.
step I took,
The first when I met him.
every step I took, more leaves stuck to my feet, and I'm trying to approach this,
He was
you know,
so cool.
this woman, and try to ask her, out for a date. And I look down and I have these stupid leaf slippers on my feet.
He did it so cute.
Fuzzy leaves.
I'm like, it's over.
Leave me alone.
It's over. This is never gonna happen. And she said, leave me alone.
You
Anyway.
go now. You're not my type.
Oh
Get to
man!
me.
And so somehow she looked beyond my
scrolling.
leaf slippers and saw my need, and she said yes. And so we went out on our first date. We ate lots of meals in the cafeteria, but we ended up going out on our first date, which was so. I'm gonna sign a few more books. Herbert, you're amazing. This
Do
is
I
so
give
fun.
her the
We have to do this
microphone
again.
or-
Does he need to give her the mic, or is the mic good? To be good? Okay, we'll put the mic on. Here, give Mary Beth Chapman the mic. Oh, you had it all down your shirt. Okay, don't look over that direction.
I'm not-
Here, you
no,
can
it's-
walk.
I
You don't-
Houdini with a.
You
I'm
don't have
Houdini.
to. You don't have to put it in your shirt. You can just put it on the outside. Although you
I
could,
don't-
I could
you
help
can
you
tell
with
I
that.
don't really- I don't
Sorry,
do
are
this
kids
stuff
watching this?
very often.
Sorry, just look away for a minute. I'm going to help her with the microphone. Okay. Oh, we have a phone call. Should I take a phone call? Would you all be okay if I take a phone call? This isn't like my mom calling. Well, it could be my mom calling saying, y'all straighten up. Quit cutting. Will you stay here? But get the mic. I mean, you want to get the mic?
Hey, hold on.
Hello. That'd be my secretary. Hello, this is Stephen Curtis Chapman. Who is this?
Hey, Stephen, this is Bill out in California.
Hey, Bill. How are you, man?
Doing really good. Just sitting here with the family, and we're big fans of yours, seen you all in concert a lot of times, and we even met you once.
Oh, really?
Excited for your book. We're really excited for your book. We saw you up in Santa Rosa, California,
Okay.
with Michael W. Smith.
Oh, yes, the United Tour. That was a very, very special tour. Are you watching me?
it was
Are
really
you
fun.
are you watching our thing right now on the Facebook?
My wife's watching it.
Okay. Okay.
Because we're like on a time thing, so between.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. Okay, because I thought I should be looking at you if I'm speaking to you, but I won't feel obligated to do that. But, well, very cool. Thank you for coming to the concert. Thanks for calling. And did you have a question or something that I can?
I do have a question.
Okay.
My wife and I, Emily, we're about to celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary coming up in November.
Awesome.
And so we wanted to ask you and Mary Beth, you've been married a long time. How do you keep your marriage fresh and exciting and always going on and on?
Well,
Leaf slippers.
leaf slippers. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, it's been a little crazy if you've been watching us here. I knew it was a mistake to bring my brother into the picture because it was going to get crazy, and it did, and it's been so fun. But you know, that is a great question. I mean, exciting. It's probably never been a challenge. It's always
exciting.
Exciting, and excitement takes lots of forms. You know, it can take. You know, it can be exciting when it's really fun and good and happy, and it can be exciting when it's not always so easy. But you know, I guess we, more than anything, we are both very. I guess the positive word would be very determined. Some would say stubborn, but very committed to what we promised to each other 32 years ago now, to say, you know, we, until death separates us. And there have been times where I know she has thought, like Ruth Graham used to say, you know, did you ever consider divorce from Billy Graham? And she said, divorce never, murder yes, often. But, you know, but I think just being, we are very much one person. I mean, we make up one person, and that's partly because we're so different. And I actually get to tell a lot about in my book, and and she shared a lot in her amazing book, Choosing to See, about her story of how very different we are, and yet we have seen God kind of as He does in all marriages, as we let Him and stay committed to it, as hard and difficult as it can be. Let those differences really make us more complete.
Yeah, I think for me, speaking about how my perspective of Stephen, he's in constant pursuit of me, which can be absolutely infuriating. That's the negative side of that is he is relentless in his pursuit of me, which sometimes is frustrating. However, it is really sweet, and he has continued to be kind of, I guess, a student of me. And I think 32 years later, it would be very, I think it would be accurate for you to say that you continue to find out more things about me, as I him. I mean, I hope you feel like I'm in pursuit of you as well, and still longing to be a student of him.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of work, and we're kind of tired.
Yes, we can get really tired, but yes, I mean there is not a more faithful and just determined person on the planet than my bride. And as a mom, as a wife, and I mean, there have been so many times, and again, I'm really thankful. I mean, this is a very honest, vulnerable book. Again, just as Mary Beth's was, and as she shared her story, and with her permission, I shared a lot of the stories. I mean, I shared, a lot of the pain, because that was really important to us. And I guess really the long form, but best quick answer to your question is, if you get a chance to read some of those sections of my book, I think more than I could tell in a quick answer, you'll kind of take that journey and sort of see, how God has woven us together, and really by just staying committed and pursuing each other, which has been really hard when I've been traveling so much and trying to walk that line and doing it so imperfectly, but just so much prayer. I wrote a song not too long ago called Together, after the journey that we walked through, especially these last 9 years of losing our Maria, and something that destroys most marriages. And we understand that more now than ever. But I wrote this song that says, if it wasn't for God's mercy and His grace, there's no way we would be standing in this place. But because He has been faithful every step along the way, here we are together. And that really is it. I mean, we both know that. We are not the enemy, but there is a real enemy, and we fight against that as much as any marriage does. I think sometimes more, because of all we do with, the ministry of Show Hope and standing on a platform saying, by God's grace, we're gonna finish this journey together. Sometimes it is absolutely all-out warfare, and we have to just keep remembering, wait a minute, you're not the enemy. There is an enemy who wants to, destroy anything that shows the beauty of God and His love. And we know marriage does that like nothing else. And so anyway, we could go on, but we will stop now with that. And just thank you. Thanks for your call and for your family and coming to the concerts. And congratulations on 25 years of marriage. That's awesome. So, all right, brother.
Thank you too, and we're really looking forward to the book and reading and learning from it and enjoying many more years of your music and worship and ministry.
Thank you. All right, brother.
Thanks,
God bless
bye.
you. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you guys. Bye.
Yay. That was fun. Okay. You guys want this back? Yours back? Okay. Let's see. I'm going to sign a few more books. Where was, we were talking about
Red Lobster.
Red Lobster, yes. Do you guys want to hear the story of our first date? I tell my version in the book, but she probably has a somewhat different version. The chapter is titled Red Lobsters and Blue Speedos. We won't talk about the blue Speedo just yet. You have to get the book to get that part of the story.
That's the best part.
I know. It was definitely, but okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
no,
Go on. No, I'm
that
signing.
is
I'm
not
signing.
what I meant. That's not what I meant. What am I supposed to? I'm supposed to tell about our first date.
Do you mind?
You know, I don't mind, because the first thing that I like to tell everybody is that.
Yeah, in your camera, they said that your camera is that one
Which
there.
one?
And I'm talking to that
Okay.
camera, but you're talking to the one on the right there. Can you see? Yeah. Okay. There you go.
This is where I get to tell everybody you were 2 hours late for our first
Yes,
date.
but will you tell
Did
them
you
why?
tell that part in the book?
No.
or did
Yes,
you,
I did. I did.
You told the truth?
I did tell the truth, but I also told the whole truth. Like, I didn't just sit around and go, "Oh, I forgot to get there."
No.
I was.
You know what? He didn't. He was really trying to be sweet, but
And there
again,
were no cell phones. To
yeah,
call.
no cell phones.
couldn't
So
text.
you were in 1984,
Three.
in 1983.
Yeah.
That's when I graduated
Yeah.
from high school.
I
I met
know.
him not long after that.
Yes.
She
was young
He
and
asked me out on a
impressionable.
date, and he was going to take me to the restaurant in town, Red Lobster. So I got ready, waiting in my dorm room. We were going uptown.
For the
And-
seafood
but I
lover
had-
in you.
I wanted the cheddar biscuits. I wanted the cheddar biscuits.
I know, that said love.
Just seafood.
For the lover in you. Red
that
lobster.
even the song?
It
That's not
is.
the
Red
song.
lobster for the
That's not right.
seafood lover in. See?
He,
I knew what I was doing.
crazy man.
I knew what I was doing.
He was 2 hours late. He didn't know what he was doing. He was 2 hours late.
Mm-hmm.
He had a show. He had a band called Chapman Henderson.
Yes, with
It was
Brent
like
Henderson,
the promo
my brother
band
Herbie,
for the college
and me,
where they
and
go around
Brent.
and tell about the college and kind of
right.
a promotional band. However, this particular night, they were doing World War II.
Yes,
the
we were
VA,
singing, for
the
Veterans,
Association
World War
or something.
II vets.
And Bob and Chuck got to telling war stories.
It was
And
so sweet and it was awesome, but they just went
So he
on
says.
and on and kept telling the stories.
Oh, I believe
it
him.
is true story, is it not, Herbert? My brother can.
So they couldn't sing until Bob and Chuck got done telling the war stories and where they were wounded and all the different things that went on during the war. And then, so it made him late. He had to sing his set and then come get me. And so he was 2 hours late.
Oh, I was so bummed. I thought she is so gonna be have given up on me, and she probably won't even
But
be
I didn't.
there.
I was
But
waiting.
She didn't see,
Waiting
and she has.
in my dorm room where I said I would be.
She should have known.
Do I tell this
then.
part? Did you tell this part?
See, I did tell this part, but I
This
don't
is the
know
part that-
if you should tell this part because this is the part that are the kids in bed yet? Okay, maybe not. So shield their ears. No, it's not bad. It's
He just
PG.
walked right in.
Yeah.
This is our
This
first
isn't-
date.
this was not
Never
typical.
had taken
This
me
is
on a date. And this is not what he taught his boys.
This is not
Walked
typical.
in, laid one on me. Kiss. You did.
Okay. It was look.
did.
Yeah, it was this.
You did.
It was.
He did.
It was. I had one shot, people.
Ooh,
I had
well,
one shot.
He had one shot.
I already had the leaf slippers working against me. And I knew, and I was 2 hours late, and I thought, I got one shot, and I don't know if there's enough power, pucker power in these lips, but I got to get her. If I can get her to Red
He did
Lobster.
not say anything. He
If I
walked
can
in
get
my
her to Red
room,
Lobster, then it's all over,
grabbed
but I
on
got to
me,
get her
kissed
there.
me and said,
I did. Yeah, I did. I'm
and said,
sorry.
I'm so sorry I'm late. And I
I
said,
did,
that's okay.
yes.
Let's go to Red
She's like, that's all right.
Let's go to Red Lobster for the seafood lover and me.
She said, that's all right. Can we go get some cheese biscuits? Cheese biscuit forgives, all is forgiven with one
But he did.
cheese
I'm just
biscuit
saying,
and some popcorn
it's
shrimp.
not what I taught Caleb or Will.
It is not, no. And fortunately, my sons did as I said, not as I did. But apparently, something must have worked. You know what I'm saying?
I still kissing him.
Yes. So that's true story. All right,
And
let
we've
me.
been together ever since.
Yes.
Are you supposed to be signing?
I'm supposed to be signing, but I'm gonna keep signing after we're done. But these are the special book plate edition, autographed by me. But what I think
they're
would be cool
awesome.
is what if you autographed?
Okay, I will tell this. Y'all want
just
to know a
one or
secret?
two,
So see this? I can do my shot at QVC. QVC, if you're watching, I would be good
Mary
for your
Beth
show.
Chapman would be
No, I'm just
awesome for your
kidding.
show. I think
See
yeah.
the inside. See these things? They sent
Yeah.
these to Stephen ahead of time before the book was put together, right?
True story.
Is that true,
Yes.
Mark? And so
Yes.
then he autographed a big lot of them.
A lot.
And so there is one
Hey,
book living in the United States somewhere because I came up at the end of all the signing and you signed, where did you sign most of them? Right here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there is a secret sign from me in one book in the whole United States. And it's the gold ticket.
It's the gold ticket book.
We don't know what the prize
don't
is,
know what
but
the prize
if you
is
get
yet.
that book, I'm
I
just
think it
wondering
might
if
be a
it
cheese
shows up
biscuit.
anywhere. Would
Yes.
it not be great if somebody...
Somebody's got to
So
find
it's
it at some
somewhere.
point.
Mark, can you remember what I did? I think I put MBC, my initials, are somehow woven in Stephen's name, and I think there's a smiley face somewhere.
Oh, so
I
it's
did-
actually encoded.
It's in your signature.
So,
One book.
Okay.
Wonder where it went.
We should let's do one of these, and maybe some lucky person will get
This.
that book.
The lefty signature.
Ooh.
Am I doing one?
Okay. Should I answer some more questions? What should I do, producers? Answer a few more questions, and then we'll probably wrap up because it's 9:03, and you guys probably want to get to bed. Are you still watching us, or we got still people watching us out there, or have you already gone to bed?
We're
may
having
just
a big time.
We're having fun. It doesn't really matter.
Thanks, Mom.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. I want to find a good one if I'm going to answer one.
They're all good.
I know.
That
I'm
one's
sorry.
good,
I didn't
that
mean
one's
a good
good,
one.
that
I mean
one's
like
good.
the
all
like
really
the
good.
one where you go. Let's see. That's a comment, not necessarily a question. What guitar have you recorded with the most? That's a great question. Taylor
That
guitars.
One, that's your Herb Chapman Sr.
Was there any particular technique of training that you used to develop your guitar playing skills? The Herb Chapman Sr. method. My dad, who owns Chapman Music in Paducah, Kentucky, in Lone Oak, go visit him and buy a guitar from him. And Dad, you're welcome. It's great. He still has a music store. He gives guitar lessons, and he will
One of the
make
best
you a
pickers
big
I've
star.
ever heard.
He's a great musician and a great singer, great guitar player
Dad.
still, and a great father. And my mom, if you're out there, hi Mom, love you. You're amazing, Mom, and Herbie and I have great father and mother. I'm very thankful. Okay, let's see. Saw you years ago at Disney's Night of Joy, several other concerts through the year, and more recently narrating Candlelight Procession at Epcot, which is one of our favorite things to do. Are you scheduled for this Christmas? Well, I don't know yet. I hope. Here's hoping. So, Brad Ross, or if
Yeah,
anybody from
well,
Disney's
Brad's
watching
watching.
this, I think we
We'll
should
come back.
just demand that I'm there. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm getting it looks like we might be a year away from that. Okay. Ken Abraham and I, have we jammed together? I am so glad I read that question, because if you look at this book, you will see here the name Ken Abraham, with Ken Abraham. Ken was the reason this book exists, and the reason it's not this thick is
That
thank
is
you
true.
to Ken
Here's what
Abraham.
it looked like.
No, it would have, yeah.
Here's what it looked like.
There's the original. That's the
Here's the original book right
original,
here. It's like, remember Webster's, and you sit there.
yeah,
and it's
right,
like,
yeah.
like that's what's the original book, people.
it would've- it
Welcome
would've
to
been-
my life, right here.
Hey,
So
I'm telling you,
then
I
enter
am
Ken. This
speechless.
is no. The
Astonished
man
and
has lots of words.
Yes,
lots
I
of
do.
words.
I do. But Ken, thank you, Ken Abraham, for walking this journey with me and helping me tell my story. He was invaluable to this process, and just
Did y'all
deeply
laugh?
grateful. We laughed a lot, and we
Good.
cried a lot as well, because I do get to share some of the, obviously, the very difficult, heartbreaking parts of our journey together, as well as the amazing mountaintops that we have been on together, and do get to share a lot. And one of the reasons why it was very important for me to get to share my story was, to really be able one time, I felt like, just again, as you did in your book, Choosing to See, to be able to, just one time really share the journey, especially of the last 9 years, and share it really honestly, because there are so many people. And again, one of the reasons I was compelled to write the book is because I've had so many people that tell me how Mary Beth's book has ministered to them, encouraged them, met them in their place of sadness and grief, as in a way that no other book has been able to. I mean, a lot of people have told me that, and it really is because of your incredible honesty and vulnerability in sharing it, and sharing the story, especially of our loss of Maria, and the grief journey that we have been on and are still on and will be on until heaven. But being able to share that in real detail, to just be able to take people kind of on that journey with me, was a great gift. And I'm thankful to my family, very thankful to all of our children who gave me their blessing. We read it and wept together through some of the hard chapters of our story, and they said, Dad, yeah, this is important for you to share. So, that's a part of this as well. But, well, gosh, this has been so much fun. This has been amazing. We've talked a lot about, someday doing some kind of a television show, because every time we get together, it's so fun. So I think, this is our first. So if you've
Till I say
enjoyed
something I'm
what
not
you've
supposed
had,
to, then they're
call
gonna kick us off the air.
your local television station and say, "We demand the Steve and Mary Beth and Herbie show." Can't do it without Herbie. Anyway, this has been amazing. Thank you guys so much. God bless you for being with us. And if you get a chance, pick up the book, buy it tonight. You'll get an autographed copy. That would be wonderful. We would appreciate it.
I'm proud
My
of you.
children would love it.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sweetheart. I love you very much. Thank
Love
you
you too.
for your support and cheering me on. Amazing, amazing woman. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it very, very much. And it's been awesome being with you. And we hope we'll
God
get to see you
bless.
again. God bless you
Yeah.
guys. Thank you. Good night, everybody.